My name's Dave Dubeau, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, welcome back. Today I'm very excited to be interviewing a very accomplished real estate entrepreneur, Peggy Beauregard, who's zooming in from beautiful Southern California, Pasadena or thereabouts. And Peggy has a ton of experience in real estate, and most specifically in something that most of us are very, very interested in, and that is connecting with accredited investors and raising capital. So Peggy, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Well, thank you. I'm so excited to be here, Dave. It's just what a pleasure.
Well, likewise. And I was telling you off camera, I love the name of your company, your website, the Nest Egg Builder. I think that's just beautiful branding. Says it all in a very short phrase, and that's what you're helping people to do. So tell me a little bit about what does real estate investing look like for Peggy at this time? We're at the end of 2024. What do you focus on primarily?
We focus on commercial real estate pretty much only because we found that triple net leases are a great place to have your money working for you because there's very little management and expenses because it's all covered by the tenants. We work with in every area. You had brought up about one of the things we teach people, and we've had people come in and say, well, I only want to be in this asset. I only want to be in that asset. And we educate them and teach them that staying in one asset could be a real problem. You really need to spread your assets around. And proof of that, of course, is what happened with offices. So we had people go into industrial and multifamily and self-storage, and they spread out. And when this thing happened with offices, they were all very grateful that they didn't have too many things in office and that they had invested well enough that they had cash flow coming in from other asset classes.
So they didn't have all their eggs in that one nest, so to speak.
That's right. We believe in diversifying. Everybody says, oh, you should diversify and be in the stock market or the gold, whatever. I'm like, diversifying in real estate's really, really good.
That's smart. Very, very smart.
You need to be, personally, I don't think you need to be in anything else. But yeah, who am I to say with the great tax advantages you get in real estate?
So Peggy, you guys are kind of connectors. You're connecting investors with sponsors or syndicators. That's if I understand correctly, is that your main business model these days, or are you active GPs? That's one of them.
No, we're not active GPs.
No. Okay.
No. So yeah, we work with people like you. You've got some money, you want that money invested, but you don't know who to trust. You don't know where to go. You don't know anybody that's working. So we meet a lot of people. We vet the deals completely out. We look at every deal like we're putting our money in, because if I have the money, I'm putting it in. And if I don't have the money, I'm still looking at it like when that money comes in, I'm going to put it in these deals. And then we have the conversation with you about what you are looking for. And we do the education with our weekly show. And that's how we help you move into great retirement. You know, we talk about insurance, how you can use your insurance policy to invest in real estate and using your Roth IRA and moving your money out of your traditional, rolling it the back door into the Roth. And we talk about all kinds of different tax. So we're there to support the investor. It's all about the investor.
Very good.
Syndicators, what's important about the syndicators are the right people. You have the wrong people. So too many people in trouble right now, but the right people, I'm telling you, when they're good and they've got it down, it's great. It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. So Peggy, how do you logistically do these connections? Are you set up as a broker of some sort or brokerage of some sort, or how does that side of things work for you?
Yeah, I have a brokers in California, which gives us the SEC rules so we can do the introductions.
Mm-hmm.
We meet, the important piece of it is meeting the syndicators, meeting the
Yeah.
right ones and interviewing them and getting to know them and doing background checks. We're all very I've just finished what I can't remember, Covey's trust book about trust.
Yeah.
And we're just built to trust people. So we've got to do more than we've got to do the background checks. We've
Yeah.
got to do the interviews. We've got to talk to the people. Our job is to protect the investor. And when things go wrong, well, what do you do?
Who they're gonna blame, right? They're gonna blame the syndicator, then they're gonna blame you as well if you don't
Yep, they're going
do
to
your due
call me.
diligence. Yeah.
They are going to call me.
Yeah. So what have you found over the years, Peggy, works well for really digging in and doing your due diligence on a sponsor or a syndicator?
Well, how about something called a checklist?
Mm-hmm.
Mine's like about 80. It's just a spreadsheet, and I just go through and check it. And that some things come up that I don't have on the list, and I'm like, I better add that.
Yeah,
Like
they're
like nobody ever did adjustable rate mortgages when you're going into a multifamily. You don't do an adjustable rate mortgage. You do a 25-year with maybe a 5-year interest only, and then the principal kicks in. But
yeah.
the adjustable rate kicked in, and like, that's the first question, because if you're doing adjustable rate mortgage, you're out. We're not working with you. You're not
Mm,
protecting the investor. Like,
yeah.
it's like that.
That's
So we
so
look at
that's
all of
that's
that.
a big new one. Any other big red flags for you that just
Yeah,
pop out?
teams. Who's on the
Yeah.
team? Have they ever lost money? Have they ever declared bankruptcy? And why did you put them on your team?
Mhm.
We've never had anybody come on a team that's had that happen, but we double check all of that. Like,
Very good.
just those things. And then what's we want to look at their list of everything that they've had. Like,
Mhm.
one of our people that we've been actually working with since they started, they just closed on their 27th deal since
Wow.
2014. Like,
Wow. That's a lot.
I
And
know, isn't that
yeah.
great? And
Yeah.
and we had somebody that wanted to invest with him, and it went so fast, she didn't get a chance to do that. And he said, "Oh, but guess what? I just had another one come to me. I'll send it to you." And so
There
she
you go.
went into that, and so did a couple of other people, because they're
Very,
tried and true, right? 27 deals.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Peggy, what do you find works best for you and your company for connecting with new investors? Because that's something everybody's always interested in. How do I start that conversation? How do I talk with somebody who perhaps isn't very familiar with real estate as an asset class? How do you get them hooked in and listening to you?
Well, we set up meetings and we'll have conversations. But we just started a mastermind group.
Mm-hmm.
So we like bring your family in, and we'll teach you about money and how money works. And then whether you're an active investor or a passive investor, we'll work with you on either way. If you're going to go out and go find a property that you want to purchase, we want to look at it, walk you through it, make sure you're doing your due diligence properly. Or if you want to syndicate, we might not help you with the syndication, but we will walk through everything that you need to have there for
Mm-hmm. Your
someone,
checklist.
right, our
Yeah.
checklist against what
Yeah.
you're putting together, so that but you better go find the right people to come on your team, or you
Yeah.
go on their team until you get enough experience. And we've
Yeah.
had people do that. I actually had the people I was just talking about. One of our friends invested with them for, I think he told me 4 different times that he made enough money out of those multifamilies that he went on his own. And now he's done 10 on his own.
Wow.
I'm
That's
like,
a
oh my
success.
God,
That's
what a
awesome.
great story that is.
So you
Wow.
guys are really education focused. That's kind of what
Yes,
you bring people in with. You get them hooked in with the education, the mastermind, and show them what it's all about. And then some of them end up investing through you guys
exactly.
on
And
the other
some
end.
don't, and that's
Yeah, of
fine.
course. Yeah.
And we have people come on our show, and they just like to be there because they like the people that come on the show, and they ask great questions. You're not going to, what Lincoln said, you don't take care of everybody, some of the people, some of the time, and all the people, none of the people, none of the, whatever that
Yeah.
was. Yeah, like that. So And you got to be a match. And a lot of people think they can do it on their own. And
Mhm.
so you just work with people. And mostly it's so the reason I even started with this was because there's so many people that think that they can't do this. They don't have the money or they don't have the know-how. So we wanted to start the mastermind so they could come in and get the know-how. And yes, it's going to take time. Real estate's not an overnight get rich thing, but
Mhm.
I mean, you can do very well as long as you're consistent and work with people that know how to get even better returns and that it's consistent like that.
So are you bringing in a lot of what I would call mom and pop type people, or are you also looking for more along the lines of accredited investor type folks?
We
What
work
do you
with
guys focus on?
both.
Do you?
We
Okay.
have we have people that we have people that we'll work with, we'll call them sophisticated people, and
Hmm.
then we have the people that will only work with accredited investors.
Hmm.
So we because we have met enough people that are open to the variety because look, the middle class needs to start moving up. We want
Yeah.
to help those people move up. Maybe they don't have a lot of money, but they could put something in. Right?
Get
So
their foot in the door.
get the foot in the door and
Hmm.
watch and do one deal, right? You got to do the first one. The first one's always the hardest. And I have several people that have invested for the very first time. And it's on our end,
It's a
we have
lot of
to
work.
work at it. It's a lot of work because people are scared
Wholehearted.
and you
Yeah.
should be scared. You should have a knot in your stomach. I have a knot in my stomach when I make an investment. It doesn't matter how many you've made. You still have
Mm.
that knot. That knot's good because that knot tells you, is there something I missed? Did I not double check something? Should I have somebody else look at this? Whatever it is, like that.
Yeah.
I tell you, so
My
much.
friend Barry McGuire has an expression. He says that to that first damn deal. That's the big thing. That's the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step type thing, right?
It does. It
Yeah.
sure does. I mean, I haven't been in this all my life. I had to teach myself about money because nobody else taught me about money. So I'm
Mm.
writing a book about that, how money
Nice.
works basically, and the journey. And we want them to read the book to the children so the children get it at a young age. The younger we are, we're sponges, right? When we're
Yeah.
little kids, 3, 4, 5, we're just sponges. You start talking to us about money, we'll take it on. My 9-year-old nephew, we started with, he was 3 and he's got it down. I mean, you want to see a negotiator, he negotiates his dad on everything because he understands money.
Exactly. That's
Mhm.
huge.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
Peggy, you mentioned your show. Tell us a little bit about what kind of a show do you have?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We have a weekly show. We invite different speakers. I just talked to a tax advisor, so he's going to come on. And it's every Tuesday, 2 o'clock Pacific time.
Hmm.
And it's 20-minute. They do a 20-minute presentation, and we have about a 30-minute of Q&A because we love the Q&A. You're curious as to how people got there, or what is important to them, or like what we're talking about now. And it's just amazing the questions that curious people come up with.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, speaking of curiosity, Peggy, I'm sure you've piqued curiosity in some folks here today. So if they would like to connect with you and find out more about what you guys are up to and maybe catch one of the shows, where should they go?
Mhm. Well, they could catch the shows on YouTube, and the best way to connect with me is on LinkedIn. I am there, Peggy Beauregard or Peggy Beau and the Nest Egg Builder. So I'm all over the map there. Be
Yeah.
happy to have a conversation with you and set up a time.
Awesome. Peggy, thanks so much for being on the show. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you, Dave. This has just been a real honor.
All right, everybody, take care. We'll see you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.